There's not a day that goes by that someone doesn't come into my office who is working so hard to get in shape, to lose weight, to feel better, to be healthy, and yet the whole time they're working their way right into an injury. Can you work out too much? I believe the answer to that is yes. And today we're going to talk about how people work too much and how they miss their mark. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Muscle Repair Shop. My name is Butch Phelps. I'm a functional massage therapist, and today we're going to talk about working out too much. Now I know that the general consensus nationwide is that most people don't work out enough, or maybe I should just say most people don't even move enough to be able to keep themselves healthy. But on the flip side, there are people who are so intent on making themselves healthy, lose the weight, get in shape, that because of all of the good thoughts they're having about being in a healthy state, they're actually doing things that are detrimental to reaching their goals. And today I want to talk about the 3 things that actually allow you to get to that point and let you see that sometimes we can be working out too much. So let's begin with the workout itself. Now, one of the things that I thought about years ago when I was a trainer was when people came in, they had this idea that they had to work out hard. It had to be painful. It had to be extreme. And they were literally pushing themselves to the brink every single day. And the simple question that I would ask them was, what are you training for? And of course, most of them would say, well, I just want to be healthy. So I thought about in my own life when I was younger, 16, 17 years old and an athlete, I would work out for specific reasons. If I needed to be faster, I'd be looking at more high intensity cardio workouts. If I needed to be stronger, I would lift more weights. If I needed to have better stamina, I would lift less weights but hold it for longer periods of time. So you have to have a specific goal as to what it is you're trying to do. Now, at my age today at 62, my goal is to be healthier but also have a good quality of life, which means I want to be able to get up and down out of a chair. I want to walk up a flight of steps or 2 flights of steps or 3 flights of steps and not feel like I'm going to be out of breath. I want to be able to do the things in my life without waking up tomorrow in pain or being unable to do it today. So my goals are very different from what they were when I was a teenager and an athlete. And the same is true for everyone else. You have to look at where are you in your life? What is it that you're trying to obtain? If all you're trying to do is to have a life where you can move without pain, you can do the things that you've done throughout your life without suffering for it tomorrow, then you don't need to bench press 300 pounds. You don't need to run 42 miles a day. All you need to do is put your body in a position to where that body can hold. That's the key when it comes to the workout side. But that's not the whole thing when it comes to how to become healthier, because the second part of this is diet. And the thing about diet is that what I've learned from most people is they don't fully understand how that diet works. So for me at age 37, I lost 105 pounds. That's true, 105 pounds. I went from 315 pounds down to 210 pounds. And not only that, I maintained the 210 pounds from 1997 to 2020. In 2020, I decided that I wanted to lose 30 more pounds. Part of it was because the last 2 doctors that I had said, you know, for my height at 6'4", I should be between 180 and 190 for the BMI scale. And not that I'm a big fan of the BMI scale because it doesn't really account for the muscle mass in your body. But I decided that I was going to lose that 30 pounds anyway just to see what that looked like. And I incorporated the same thing in my diet that I did in 1997, and I lost 30 pounds in a real short period of time. you can do the same thing. But to do that, it's just like working out. You have to know how to do what you need to do to accomplish the goals that you're looking for. So for instance, when I was losing the 105 pounds and I was losing the 30 pounds, what I did at that time was that I reduced my simple carbs. Now, simple carbs are things like breads and pastas and sweets and white potatoes and white rices and those things. Many times people would say to me, oh, you're on a no-carb diet. And I would say, no, that's not true. I eat complex carbs, and complex carbs can be things like vegetables and salads and fruits. You're still getting the carbohydrates, but they're complex carbs, and these complex carbs provide you with the fiber that you need that the simple carbs just do not do. Well, the fiber in those complex carbs then allows the body to filter out a lot of the rush of glucose whenever you do eat simple carbs in your body. Whereas the simple carbs don't have that ability to do so. So if you drink something like a soda or orange juice or something of that nature that has sugar in it, since you have little to no fiber, that sugar then rushes into your bloodstream immediately. Now, when I maintained that weight, I could decrease some on the complex carbs, increase some on the simple carbs, not by a lot because I didn't want to gain weight back, and I balanced out how much meat I ate at the same time for protein. So the diet I had to maintain the 210 was very different from the diet I had to lose the weight. And the same is true for you. Understanding what you're eating, how it's converting into your body is no different than understanding with the workouts that you're doing, is it accomplishing what it is you want to get done? And of course, the quality of life in both of those situations is I want to feel good, I don't want to hurt, and I don't want to be limited. That's the goal. And then the third step that I want to talk about is mindset. Now, I see people all the time working out in the gym that I go to who they're driving. They're trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And they're literally suffering from chronic stress because they're so concerned about being perfect. Am I doing enough? Am I going to do it the right way? And that chronic stress actually increases inflammation in your body. Now, what's important to understand is that the movement and the working out itself helps reduce inflammation. If you eat the right diet, where you have less simple carbohydrates, less sweets and fattening foods, that reduces inflammation in your body. But if you do those two things and you're stressing and worrying all the time about working out, am I working out enough? You're literally negating the other two steps in reducing the inflammation by creating more inflammation in your body. Understand your goals. If your goal is to be an Olympic athlete and you're 65, 75 years of age, you might be reaching too high. If your goal is to be healthy, is to be able to do things with little to no limitation, and to reduce the pain and suffering that your body has every single day, that's a goal that you can attain at any age. But I'm telling you, you don't need to be on a regimen like an Olympic athlete or a pro sports athlete. It's two different things. And the same thing is true in diet. Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to maintain your weight? That changes. If you're trying to put on weight, that's a different diet. And then the mindset. Make sure that you have the right mindset and understand that this is not going to happen overnight. You didn't gain the weight overnight. You didn't get out of shape overnight. And you're not going to get back overnight. It takes consistency, not perfection, but consistency. And when you can do that, now all of a sudden your body will change. Mine did, and your body will work the same way. Maybe a few tweaks here or there that could be different for you, but overall, it will work the same way. So if you enjoyed this and want to share it with your friends, please subscribe down below, ring the bell so you can see the videos every week. And for now, See ya.